Hello, we're Team A2 and we would like to consult with you, Red Sea Investment, on behalf of Siddiqui Capital on our strategy 3 plus M1 equals 4G. We would like to address the issue of whether you should jointly acquire with us Singapore-based telecommunications company Mobile One. We propose a strategy of buying a controlling stake in M1 and implementing the new 4G technology. There are a number of potential approaches you could take to this. You could enter the Singapore market or another of your telecommunications holdings. You could have a majority or a minority stake in M1, or the technology could be leased to a better performing network. The strategy must meet the following acquisition criteria. It should provide a sufficient testbed for 4G, there should be substantial growth potential, there should be a move away from standalone investments to a more sustainable investment, and there should be a viable exit strategy. The Singapore market has a number of industry drivers. There is overcapacity in the market, with mobile penetration sitting at 130%. The industry is in a shakeout phase, and the Singaporean government has introduced the IM 2015 Master Plan, which will put Singapore ahead of the rest of the world in telecommunications. Singapore is an advanced market which allows a full range of 4G features to be tested. Singaporean consumers are very conscious of trends in the marketplace. Additionally, Singapore has had high growth through innovation, and this receives government support through the IM 2015 plan. Singapore is a small market which is similar to current RSI investments and provides a lower risk in terms of capital injection. M1 is a sufficient testbed for 4G. They have a core competency of innovation, shown through being first to market in many technologies. They also have significant growth potential and provide an opportunity to move away from standalone to sustainable investments.
As with any acquisition, there are integration issues with acquiring M1. These integration issues include appeasing our stakeholders and ensuring that there is value provided to each of them, as well as post-acquisition issues such as restructuring management and aligning the values and culture of M1. Growing M1 into the future should also be looked at, and initiatives should be put in place. As well as this, another integration issue is having a viable exit strategy as investors, both for the short term and long term. The pie chart shows the current M1 shareholding within the company. As you can see, 60% of the company is owned by corporate shareholders, with the other 40% owned by institutional and retail investors. We recommend for requiring a controlling stake in M1 to offer a purchase price to current shareholders of 10% above the market average. In the past year, the market average has been $1.78 Singaporean dollars. Based on a share price premium of 10%, the acquisition cost to you will be approximately 890 million Singaporean dollars. This offer will be made first to corporate shareholders because of their large stake in M1. Only then will the offer be made to institutional and retail investors because of the large costs in implementing the marketing to these investors. Ideally, post-acquisition, this will be the holding structure of M1. RSI will hold a 36% stake in M1, with Siddiqui Capital holding the other 15%. Some notes about the acquisition is that we will conduct the entire acquisition process with no fees. We will also direct M1's performance in accordance and acceptance with you, allowing you to remain a holding company and take advantage of our industry knowledge and expertise. As a result, we expect you to contribute the capital for the 51% stake in M1.
To ensure M1 is a profitable investment for RSI, several changes are required. Firstly, we note there's a long-term trend in the telecommunication industry that margins are decreasing on core services. Therefore, M1 needs to move beyond mere price competition. Furthermore, M1 is currently very focused on short-term results. Because of this, they're losing long-term market share and long-term profitability. M1 should action these goals, firstly through restructuring its top-level management team. It still needs to keep experience in the mix, but needs to employ long-term focused strategists, have credibility in the industry, and experience in innovation and customer retention. Then, M1 should move forward and deploy 4G before its competitors, giving them a first move advantage. This will open them up to the opportunity to offer more value-added services through exclusive business partnerships. For example, there could be exclusive business applications that can be only run on the M1's 4G network, or entertainment services such as online games or music services. They could further supplement their revenue streams through contextual advertising on the data services. This would result in benefits to you, the shareholders, through long-term customer retention and growth, enhanced revenue streams, and a more sustainable outlook. Beyond the growth in M1, there are other benefits for RSI and 4G technology. Once the software is established in the market and it can be later rolled out into the emerging markets that RSI holds around the world. The main technical benefits of this technology is efficient network usage, reducing your costs, and high bandwidth capabilities. It also offers the core consumer benefit of being a fixed line substitute. This decreases the requirement for home network infrastructure and facilitates the next generation of consumer electronics. The main issues in going global for 4G technology is the initial outlay in infrastructure and licensing requirements. Assurance that this investment will be profitable in the global markets can be achieved through evaluating and adapting M1's performance. We have carefully evaluated this strategy from all stakeholder perspectives. Of most importance, the Singaporean government would buy into the strategy as it appeases the IM 2015 goals. It also provides excellent infrastructure to the region. This strategy further provides sustainable growth and long-term returns for you, the shareholders.
We take responsibility for guiding the strategy and growing M1 until 2015. These are the main points to consider. Acquiring M1 should take approximately 6 to 8 months. Building the 4G infrastructure, which we suggest M1 does before the 3.5-year industry average to secure a first mover advantage. Acquiring licenses, securing contracts, marketing and deployment of 4G, the evaluation of 4G in the Singaporean market, and rolling out 4G internationally. We have constructed short and long-term exit strategies. In the short term, if 4G is evaluated as not successful in Singapore, decrease your holding in M1. In the long term, if the evaluation of 4G in Singapore is successful, 4G should be introduced and rolled out into your other telecommunications holdings. We feel you should exit your M1 investment at this stage, as this will be when the value of M1 will be at its highest, allowing you to receive the best for your investment. The costs that are involved in this strategy, both for yourself and for M1, are listed here. For yourself, the main cost would be the acquisition and administration of acquiring M1, which realistically would come to approximately 950 million Singaporean dollars. For M1, the cost of doing this strategy would be the licensing and the infrastructure cost would be the main one for them to occur. All of this altogether for yourself and for M1 will come to approximately 1.4 billion Singaporean dollars. As with any strategy, there are risks that need to be mitigated. The risk of the stakeholders rejecting your investment in M1 will be mitigated through outlining specifically to each individual stakeholders the value for themselves. As well, we see that an inadequate supply of 4G handsets could occur, which will be mitigated through the securing of supply contracts.
We see this joint venture as an extremely valuable investment. Although the initial investment for you will be substantial, the telecommunications industry has been characterised by high growth, and so the return on your investment will be equally substantial. Current market conditions mean that M1 is undervalued, and we see this as an opportunity that should not be overlooked. The joint venture has been shown to have value to all stakeholders. Most importantly, we foresee the Singapore government's approval. The value for RSI of this joint venture lies within the core competencies that we bring to the table. Our knowledge, expertise and hands-on direction for growing M1 through the 4G network, as well as other key success factors such as customer retention and innovation, will allow higher margins and growth to ensure a very good return on your investment. We look forward to our partnership and our joint